Hey guys, so today's video is an anti-haul, as you can see from the title, but before we get into it, here's my Instagram, my TikTok and my puppy's Instagram, along with my drama channel in the description, so click all of that, you'll find everything there. Also subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement. So today's video is actually very kindly sponsored by Function of Beauty, so before we get into what Function of Beauty really is, you can click the link in description to get 20% off your first order. Now let's get into it. I was sent a bunch of shampoos and conditioners, so I was sent this for my last sponsorship and I'm making my way through it. This is the shea butter version, and then I was also sent the apple version, the apple and pear. So these are amazing. The scent on this is incredible. So I'm very excited to start using those. I also picked the hair serum, and this has heat protection, which is always good for styling my hair because I use heat to straighten and do a little wave. So I love this. And then this actually smells the same as the shampoo and conditioner that you pick, so you get like more scent and it lasts a little bit longer, which is always nice. For my hair, because you can like customize these to your liking, you can pick the fragrance, you can pick the color, you can pick the like way it works. I have straight hair with medium thickness and normal like oil scalp situation. I picked 5 goals: deep condition, replenish hair, shine, strengthen, volumize. The fragrance I picked, one of them was shea butter, so it's called the milkshake, and I get it in strong every single time because I love strong scents on hair. And the other one, like I said, is like an apple pear scent, and it's amazing. I recommend this one so much. My hair goals is mainly just to nourish and bring a little bit of life back, which I think it's definitely done. Look at that shine, I love it. Because I get my hair bleached and toned pretty regularly, so I like to keep my hair nourished. Also, I get these bangs cut in, so if I get, you know, split ends here, it doesn't look that great. So I'm just trying to keep my hair conditioned throughout. I definitely think my hair's much softer. It like stays nice and silky right until the next time I wash my hair, and then it just feels amazing. I don't struggle to detangle my hair anymore when I come out the shower. Usually I was basically just ripping hair out. Like, it was not a good look. Now I just swipe my brush through my hair and like a couple of hairs fall out, and it's incredible. I feel like my hair has drastically changed since I started using Function of Beauty like regularly again. It's just been an amazing experience, honestly. I think the fact that this is custom is really fun, but it's also just really helpful for your hair. So I love the fact that you can pick like the colors and the scents. It's always just a really fun experience to get something new. But then also just being able to switch up your goals every month. Like, if you decide that you want a different goal next month, you can just change it, and then you just get a whole new shampoo formula next time around. There are options where you can do fragrance free. You can use shampoo intended for like bleached blonde hair, so it will usually come in purple, so it will tone your hair in between like the actual toning with your hairdresser, which is really nice. It's vegan and cruelty free. There are no parabens, sulfates, GMOs, toxins, none of that stuff. So if that's stuff you're really worried about, then this is right for you. Also, you can pick options with no silicones, mainly if you have like curly hair. So click the link in description to get 20% off your first order, and let's get back into the tea. First thing, let me just move over so I can put the pictures in here. Viseart released this palette. I completely don't understand it. I think all Viseart palettes to me look the same, mainly the ones in like the more customer packaging rather than the MUA packaging. I think it all looks the same. So it's got like a bunch of pinks, a bunch of very like toned down, neutral, cool toned almost shades, and then just one neon green. I don't really understand it and I don't really want it. So I've been so like upset about the fact that everyone talks about these tiny Viseart palettes and I can't get them because I just find these color stories so boring, and like I have them already, all of them, so I'll pass. Too Faced is coming out with this like teddy bear collection. So there's an eyeshadow palette which looks just like the other nude palette that they released recently, the gradient one. Then they have a teddy bear highlight which is supposed to be universal, but I definitely can't use that, and people with deeper skin tones probably can't use it either. And a lip injection, so like a very plumping lip gloss. That's it. Then we have the Sugar Pill release, which I'm always so confused about Sugar Pill releases. There's 3 single shadows, which who buys single shadows in those like individual packaging? Like, no one has just like a bunch of like individual shadows anymore. They put them all into like Z palettes or just magnetic palettes as a whole, and I feel like no one buys these really expensive individual shadows unless they're a super special formula, aka like indie brands type of individual shadows. But when it comes to just like mattes, who's actually, other than MUAs and people that like actually collect and make their own custom palettes, no one really does this anymore. So I feel like that's why Sugar Pill isn't really that popular anymore, because not many people are making their own palettes. And that's also why I think the Makeup Geek rebrand didn't work as well, because people are just not interested in making their own palettes anymore. I think people enjoy buying a done palette instead of making their own palette from like different mattes, and it can get really expensive and it's just cheaper to buy a made palette. So I think that's why people are really not talking about Sugarpill anymore for lip products as well. But yeah, I just haven't really heard many people talk about Sugarpill anymore. Then there's more updates on the Melt collections. So there's these 5 mini nude lipsticks and 5 mini red lipsticks, so just different variations of nude and red. And they also have these like stacks of nude eyeshadows, like single eyeshadows, and no one's really talking about this. I just think I would prefer if they sold the lipsticks separately. Like, do you really want to buy 5 very similar red lipsticks in minis, or would it just make more sense to release these as individuals and then people can just buy their preferred mini lipstick? Like, I love the idea of mini lipsticks because I don't usually go through full size lipsticks, but minis in a set and it's all just like, oh, here's reds, here's nudes. You can't mix and match. Maybe make like a make your own set thing, I don't know. And then the eyeshadows are just very simple nude eyeshadows, I don't know. Pat McGrath's releasing these heart-shaped lip glosses. Now these are current like existing shades. She's just putting them into limited edition packaging, and I just find the packaging kind of inconvenient because how do you get into the edges of the lip gloss like once it starts running out, and then storing it is a bit, I think it's nice as like a novelty collector's item, but other than that I'm just like don't really want it. And also the shade names, I'm not obsessed. Flesh Fantasy and Flesh 6, the word flesh, not my favorite. Then we have P. Louise. She's doing like lip bases, so she's known for her eye bases, which are like the colourful ones she has, and she's starting lip bases, which I think is supposed to be like a lip mask that you use underneath like lipstick maybe, I don't know, just different shades. I'm never interested in what P. Louise comes out with because I feel like it's very like 2016 Instagram makeup and I'm just not that into it. Then we have a Artist Couture Spring 2021 collection called Ethereal Blue, and even though these are pastels and super like ethereal looking products, which is usually my vibe, I just feel like I'm not interested in this at all. I don't know if the palette looks weird to me because of the blue background. I can't focus on the shadows because I feel like the swatches look cohesive, but then in the palette it's just hurting my brain. I think just the background of the palette is kind of throwing me off. And then I don't really need the loose like glitter thing, so I'm gonna skip this one. Tower 28 Beauty is coming out with tinted balms in like packaging and just in different shades. There's 6 shades for $20 each. They're basically multitasking tinted balms. I'm assuming you can use them for the cheeks, for the lips, for anything you want to use them for, which I think is pretty interesting. It's like minimal makeup Glossier kind of a vibe. I'm not that interested. I don't know, just not calling my name. Colourpop released, well, technically 4-3 Beauty released the Kiss and Tell lip patches, which this kind of irks me. Like, this gives me a little bit of an ick because I don't enjoy these like single-use things. So like single-use like masks and stuff like that. I just think you can use a lip balm instead of applying like a lip mask every single time and throwing it away. I just think that kind of bothers me a little bit because I think I just prefer like a lip mask in a jar that you use multiple times before you have to throw it away. So that's why I'm not getting it. Blockbuster's releasing an eyeshadow palette with Hot Topic, well, on the website like Hot Topic, and I hate it so much. I don't like it at all. I don't want it. Next. I don't even want to talk about it. Tatcha's releasing the Silk Powder, and I don't know if I checked or if I didn't check. I don't know if I know or don't know. I think I might have checked if Tatcha's cruelty free. If it's cruelty free, I'm actually quite interested in this. I wanted to buy a few Tatcha things. I just don't know where to get them because there's no like retailer that sells it other than Tatcha itself, and I feel like the shipping on that would be astronomical. So I just want to find out like what retailer sells Tatcha and if they're cruelty free, and if they are, I want to try a few things, even though it costs an arm and a leg, but this powder looks so luxurious. Then we have this new face palette by Becca Cosmetics. RIP Becca. Becca, if you guys don't know, is leaving. They're going to be basically closing down around September time. So if you have any cult favorites that you want to like stock up on, then do that. I bought a few things from Becca and I'll be filming a video, so look forward to that. But they're releasing a face palette called the Sunsetter, and it's like basically just pink, brown and 2 highlighters, such as bronzer, blush, 2 highlighters. I don't know why I said it like that, but it only comes in 1 variation of shades, so that's quite clearly just for fair skin. I don't know why they even swatched on deeper skin when the bronzer's about the same shade as their skin. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Huda Beauty's releasing a eyebrow pencil, finally. They haven't had brow products ever, so it's the first time they're releasing stuff, and I think that's quite interesting. I mean, I'm so into like just brow gels nowadays and like the Brow Flick from Glossier. I like my Colourpop brow pencils because they're more affordable. So I just don't think I'll be getting this. I don't ever see the point of more expensive brow products, but it's quite interesting. Benefit's releasing a new version of their Real mascara, but it's called their Real Magnet. And apparently it's 40% longer, like lashes, yada yada yada. I don't really like plastic wands, and their Real mascara wasn't really that great, so I'll pass. Dior's releasing this face and body powder, but no powder. Like, it's supposed to look like skin, but it's only coming in 6 shades. So people are saying out of the 6 shades, the first 3 are very similar, and then it just goes like, actually the first 4 are very similar, and then the last 2 are just like medium deep. So they should have spread out the shades a little bit better. So that's a criticism people had. Then Colourpop Cosmetics is coming out with the Bambi collection, which I did order. I ordered the whole collection, so hopefully I'll be filming a video on that sometime soon. It's these 3 5-pans. There's like a cool toned, a purple, an orangey. There's 3 eyeliners in like toned down neutral shades, along with 3 luxe glosses and a like body highlighter puff thing, which is really cute. They came out with that with the Candyland collection as well, and false lashes. So there's that for you guys if you wanted it. Bite Beauty's coming out with a liquid liner. I still haven't tried anything from Bite Beauty, and I don't understand why, but also they don't really get sold in many retailers in the UK, so it's kind of difficult to buy it other than from the original website. Then Beauty Blender's coming out with the Dream Swirl Blend and Cleanser set. So there's really nothing different about this beauty blender other than the color of it. That's it. Fenty Beauty's coming out with a full version of the Kilowatt in Moscow Mule. So usually it's in like a duo with a different highlighter shade, but I'm assuming people really like the Moscow Mule highlighter shade, so they're coming out with a full size because it's Rihanna's birthday. Well, it was at the time of this coming out. Then we have Beautylish, the Yano series eye set, and it's 5 eyeshadow brushes for $180. You guys know how I feel about expensive brushes. We're just not going to do it around here. I'm not into it. Sorry. So actually, Kris Jenner filed trademark documents for Kris Jenner Beauty, Kris Jenner Skin, and Kris Jenner Skincare. So people are wondering if she's coming out with a makeup brand or a skincare brand. I think, you know, because Kim and Kylie already have makeup brands, I think it would be nice for Kris to have like a skincare line, maybe even for like mature skin. I think that would be quite nice. But yeah, people have very mixed opinions. Some people are kind of excited about this because of how good Kris looks, but then some people are saying, you know, rich people have money for procedures. Is it all skincare or is it Botox? So some people are saying like, don't they have enough brands as it is? Leave it to others. And then some people are kind of excited about this. I don't really care. I don't care. Hindash is coming out with a beauty brand, so look out for that. Hindash is very popular and his makeup techniques are used by many people, so I think his makeup should be quite good, hopefully. Then we have a highlighter collab between Ofra and Steph Toms for $35. It's a split pan golden highlighter liquid to baked formula. The shade of this looks amazing. Ofra has great highlighters. I'm tempted, but like I have a lot of highlighters and they all look like this shade, but if this ever goes on sale I might try it out, or if it's like a mini size maybe. KBD Vegan Beauty is coming out with the Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. Now the last time we had a balm was Kevyn Aucoin and everyone hated it, so I don't have many hopes, but the shade range looks quite good. You know, everything looks quite nice, but I don't know. I think what they did good was they released swatches and the shade range was split evenly among deep, dark, medium, and light. Like there was exactly the same amount of shades on every hand, which is good because it means everything's split out evenly. But other than that, I don't know what the formula is going to be like. I don't know what the like staying power is going to be like. So it's just, you know, we got to find out. I think KVD needs like a redemption arc. It just needs something good, like that one product that will stick and become a cult favorite. Otherwise they're going under, just like Becca. Very sad. I think Becca's such a nice looking brand, but I just think they lost their touch. Anyway, then we have Estee Lauder coming out with the Rebellious Rose Pure Color Envy Blush, which is so cute, so pretty. I'm assuming Estee Lauder is not cruelty free, so either way I'm not getting it, but I think this blush shade is really pretty and I think the marketing behind it is really nice, but like I said, not interested. Then we have Trixie Cosmetics coming out with the Daytime Realness eyeshadow palette. 8 shades, pocket sized palettes of blues, 5 mattes, 2 shimmers, 1 metallic, $24. It's basically a blue eyeshadow palette if that's something you guys are interested in, and a like little thing of glitter, which I don't like loose glitters at all. They irritate me a little bit. Then Jaclyn Hill, actually I think it was a few days ago, she released her new launch for her makeup brand, which is the these blush bronzer duo sets. Then she has one new shade of her loose highlight, and then she has the most popular shades of her pressed highlighter coming back, which is kind of irritating because she said those highlighters were limited edition and they're not coming back. And she said this to people when she was starting her brand launches again. People were like, oh my god, are the highlighters coming back? And she was like, no, they were limited edition, and now she's coming out with them again. You said limited edition, and that's supposed to mean something around here, but it doesn't anymore. I thought about buying it and then I didn't, and I don't know if I regret it or not, but I don't know, I'll give it a few tries and see how people feel about her brand, and then I might buy something. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Jeffree Star's coming out with a mini version of his big blood sugar palette, so it's like the same shades except for like 2. How boring is that? How uncreative and unoriginal do you have to be? Like, if the blood sugar palette was so popular that you're releasing a 9-pan, what's the point of releasing the same shades in a 9-pan if everyone allegedly already has blood sugar? Wouldn't it make sense to just create like an extension of the blood sugar palette? So like people that already have the palette will feel inclined to buy the 9-pan so they have something to complement the palette. And if people don't have the full size, they can get like a slightly different 9-pan. I don't know. And he's also releasing like a face palette. I don't care enough about this. The crayon case, these like 8 notebooks, which is kind of reminding me of the BH Cosmetics like ice cream collection where it had the different monochromatic palettes. This looks very similar. I just wonder what the formula is like, because that's where the real kicker is. There's yellow, there's orange, there's like burgundy, pink, purple, blue, green, neutral. They're $12 each, which is really affordable. So if you have someone like younger in your life that doesn't really care about quality, they're just starting out in makeup, this could be a good thing, but I just don't think if this is like for adults, you know, I'm not sure. Dior is coming out with the Summer June collection for summer 2021 with eyeshadows, lip glosses, sheer pink cheek sticks, etc. The palette looks boring. A lip gloss, just a nude lip gloss, and a very, very, very pale pink cheek stick. I don't know if that would even show up on me, and I look like a ghost half the time. So Pat McGrath came out with a liquid lipstick shade for her Divine Rose collection, and now she's coming out with 8 more. I think as far as liquid lipsticks go, that formula was actually quite nice. I'm not that into liquid lipsticks anymore, so I'm not like so obsessed with it, but I think as far as liquid lipsticks go, it was okay. So I think if you were looking for a new formula, this is quite nice. You can buy the whole set for $200 for 8 lipsticks, or $30 each. And I like how there is a variation of shades there. It goes from nudes to pinks to a red, instead of it all being nudes or all being reds. I think it's a good variation of shades. So someone actually found in Sephora a Natasha Denona palette that hasn't been released yet. This is what it looks like, and Trendmedia has now posted about it, so I wonder when this is going to come out, and I wonder how it ended up in Sephora stores, because this definitely has never come out before. I think it's quite interesting. I don't think I would buy it personally, because a lot of these mattes are very deep, and I find those don't really look that good on me, so I'd skip out on this one, but I think the shimmers look stunning. Coach and Sephora are coming out with a collection, and it irritates me. The palettes are like those really weird shapes that you can't store anywhere, and they're all supposed to be like key rings. Annoying. Anyway, Colourpop's coming out with a cheek dew thing, so it's supposed to be like liquid blushes. They look quite stunning in swatches, like they look really good on the face. They look really like greasy before you blend them in, and then when you blend them in they look like skin, and I think it looks really nice. I think Trend Mood said she tried them out, and if you use them on top of other products, you have to kind of be really careful and not set anything, and that these are more intended for like no makeup, just blush, highlight maybe, that kind of a thing, and she said that's when they work best. I think they could be quite interesting, could be like a Glossier vibe. Then Urban Decay is coming out with single shadows and these like cream stick shadows. Are people buying single shadows anymore? Because I don't think I've ever bought more than like 4 single shadows, and I just never use them because it's like you have to keep them in a separate palette, and it's just, do people still buy single shadows? And for that amount of money, like I feel like Urban Decay has really high price tags around the like $15 mark. Would you buy just like a regular shimmer for $15? Because I wouldn't. I don't know. Bare Minerals is coming out with these 3 blushes, which are quite pretty, but that's about all I can say about this. I'm not interested at all. And they're also coming out with these lip glosses, lip balms in different shades, also really pretty, but I'm also not interested. Then we have a new BH Cosmetics edition, so they're doing like the zodiac thing again, so every month they're releasing a different zodiac sign eyeshadow palette. So for March they have the aquamarine with this like icy blue shade, and then a few like nudes, burgundies, blues. I don't know, I feel like going with the shades but they're not going all out. I feel like instead of making like an actual aquamarine palette, they're like, oh, here's aquamarine but also like 2 brown shades and 1 burgundy. Like I wish they just like really went all out and made it like monochromatic, beautiful. Instead it's just like halfway there. And I'm not that interested in these. I think aesthetically they just don't please my eyeballs. Fenty Beauty's coming out with like body foundation type products. I think KKW had one already, and Colourpop Soul Body has like the bronzer for the skin, like the balm thing. So I think a few brands are making these. I just don't know how popular they are, but I know a few brands are making these. So they're called the Body Sauce and they're coming in 7 different shades, which means they're probably going to be a little bit more sheer, so you can like fit a few shades into one like category. I wonder what the formula is like on these, because you can very easily make something that transfers and stains your clothes, but I think this said it wasn't like transferring or anything. It was like transfer resistant, sweat resistant, etc. I want someone to do like a wear test with like white clothes, just one white outfit, put it on, and let's see how it works. I think that'll be quite interesting, like an interesting challenge. But I hate the feeling of makeup on my skin other than my face. So whenever I do my makeup, I have to wash my hands immediately. So makeup anywhere but my face sounds like an absolute nightmare, and I'm just not doing it ever. That's that for today's video. Let me know what you're buying, what you're not buying, what you're feeling, what you thought was boring, exciting, anything in between. Subscribe, hit the bell. Remember to click the link in the description for 20% off your first order with Function of Beauty, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.